So, guys, here we are, MMA UK News. Obviously, myself, Stoomboy, as always, for MMA UK BJJ show. So, today we're talking about, as we've been talking about for the last week or so, Evolution of Combat 9. Evolution of Combat 9 is going to be this Saturday, the 11th of September, at the Maryhill Community Halls. Going to be a fantastic event. You're going to have some grappling, some kickboxing, and obviously MMA as well. I believe amateur and pro MMA fights are going to round out the night. So it's going to be a great event. As I say, there's a lot of great fights on it. As always, Evolution of Combat always put on a fantastic event. And anybody that's been at the Maryhill Community Halls, it's a fantastic venue as well. Very, very intimate venue. It's a small venue. So obviously with the cage being there, the fans are pretty much going to be on top of the cage, which is absolutely brilliant to see. So my next guest obviously is going to be on the event, Sean Clancy Jr. Now, anybody that doesn't know who Sean Clancy Jr. is, I don't know where the fuck you've been for the last while, man, but this boy's obviously tipped to go on to do great things. As I said, he's had an absolute fantastic start to his amateur career, 4-0 as an amateur at the moment. And he's an Evolution of Combat veteran. As he'd only been 18-year-old, this will be his third event on Evolution of Combat. So we're absolutely buzzing to see you, Sean. So pleasure to have you on, buddy. How you doing?
Pleasure's mine. I'm very good. Very, very good.
Nice. And
Sorry, so, a wee bit dry there now.
But listen, obviously you're right in the middle of training at the moment. Obviously, well, you should be tapering away. Obviously, your training is obviously coming to an end. So, so obviously the fight for you, Krzysztof the Beast Parowski, Reykjavik's MMA gym in Iceland. So, how did the fight come about for you then? How did you find out about this fight?
Well, I found out the fight was there before. I think it was about 2 months ago or something like that. So it was before the last fight, maybe a wee bit less than 2 months ago. But I was supposed to have a fight about a month ago, and that fell through. Guys at Evolution of Combat were trying really hard to get me another opponent, but there was just hundreds of pullouts. Like 3 of them, they were kind of like, they didn't really have much of a record or nothing like that. I don't think any of them had really fought. The first 2 guys were really good opponents though, and they just fell through. So the last, I think there's 5 guys that pulled out, but it was only the first 2 that really mattered, to be honest with you. But I found out about halfway into that camp that they were having another show and they had me another guy for this one. So I've always kind of knew that I was going to be fighting him for a wee while now.
Yeah, and that was the thing. Obviously, we knew that we expected you to be on the last Evolution of Combat, and then I think it came down to like even the last day, and just couldn't get anybody for you, I believe. So, is it frustrating for you? I mean, especially you getting yourself ready, doing a training camp, cutting weight, and getting ready for it. Is it frustrating for you? Yeah,
it was absolutely murder. I hate it. Like, it was at the end of the day. There's always a silver lining. Like I had another training camp in the books. Had another weight cut, which obviously isn't exactly the most fun, but it's just getting me used to it. So there's lots to be said for it. Like, technically, I'm not rusty anymore because I've had another fight camp. So it's not as if I've really had a year layoff. I had a year layoff for the last fight, but I've been having training camp after training camp, just try to get fights.
Yeah, and that's one thing about you guys at higher level. I mean, you guys are always ready anyway. I mean, you guys are ready to fight at any time. Obviously, maybe cutting a little bit of weight for fights, but I mean, you guys train hard so that when the fight comes, the fight's the easy part.
Nah, train hard, fight easy, and all that. It was just we're kind of known for it and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And I saw that with I saw your man Mark Ewan at Holy Town Havoc, and
I was brilliant with it. I absolutely loved that. I absolutely loved that. I was some knockout.
Yeah.
I seen that, I was absolutely buzzing because that's exactly what I want to do in this next week. I can see it happening. Yeah, I mean, Mark was talking to me before it as well, saying, "Look, Stuart, wait and you see what I'm about to do." Do you know what I mean? He kept saying that throughout the night, and I know I'd spoke to him before the fight as well. And I mean, he was saying, obviously, wait and you see what I'm about to do. Do you know what I mean? So, and
And obviously for you, I mean, whenever we've seen you in the cage or whenever we've seen you in an MMA fight, you always do spectacular stuff. I mean, last fight, the buggy choke, man, was fucking, I mean, that went viral.
I know. That was sick, because I get it all the time. I'm still getting it, like, quite a lot. Like, there's hundreds of new shit that I've been doing as well. Sorry for swearing. There's hundreds of new stuff I've been doing as well. I've just been working on everything. Like, I'm a completely different person to who I was in that last fight.
Yeah. Mate, you did look impressive. You always look impressive. I mean, any fights that I've seen, I'd say this one, for me, I'm going to be fortunate to be there and see you live for the first time. I know I've watched videos of you before, and I'd say you always look awesome. And I mean, again, especially for being only 18-year-old, most people go like a full MMA career and they've only got a couple of highlights, whereas you seem to have highlights in every single fight.
Aye, my whole career's going to be a highlight. It's just how I'm going to starting off to finish that way.
Definitely. And then obviously the people you've got around you again, obviously your dad's a big.
It's a bin man coming. You can hear that.
Yes, but your dad obviously a big inspiration in your own kind of MMA career. Obviously, you come from an MMA family. Obviously, your dad, yourself, your brothers. I saw your brother on Saturday at the Scottish grappling event. Again, I was reffing, so he looked. Your brother looked kind of awesome as well. Do you know what I mean? So, so definitely a fighting family. So, and obviously having the people at the gym, obviously James Doolan and all your other training partners. So, for you, is it important for you, obviously being so young, to have these kind of people around you?
Oh, it's vital. Aye, it's absolutely vital. Like, Logan's the same weight as me as well, so we spar all the time. Like, he's constantly sparring with me. He's having the exact same training camps I'm having. Like, we're obviously doing different stuff at different times and all that. Like, I've got a fight coming up. He's had his first competition ever, which is just the very start of him getting ready to compete and all that. So, it's absolutely vital.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, higher level's definitely one of the top gyms, certainly in the UK, Europe wide as well. I mean, obviously a lot of absolute animals coming out of that gym.
Yeah, it's pure coming. It's becoming an actual like team. Like, you're going to end up seeing us in the UFC one day. Like, they'll be talking about AKA, they'll be talking about American Top Team and all that, and then they'll talk about higher level. Like, the talent coming out there's amazing. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of young boys that's coming out there as well. I mean, you guys are coming with an absolute team of people, and it's brilliant to see, man. I love it. Obviously, especially people your age coming through, 17, 18-year-olds coming through who are going to be the future. And again, you especially, you're tipped to go on to the top. Some people that you've not even seen yet. There's plenty of folk that you've not even seen. There's still, I don't know when they're going to be fighting. There's a few folk that haven't fought at a higher level yet that are fighting soon.
Yeah.
You see a lot of them coming up soon as well. So
yeah. Definitely looking forward to it. And then your opponent, I'd say Krzysztof Parowski, also coming with an undefeated record, 3-0. And again, obviously, he's had some highlights himself. You'll have probably seen, well, in fact, you posted a video Evolution of Combat did, so he had a couple of highlights in that. So, I mean, what do you know about your opponent? Do you know anything about him, or are you not worried about him? You're just worried about your own game plan?
I'm always worried about my own game plan. I've seen a lot of his stuff. I kind of know what he brings. He's long, he's awkward. Seems quite athletic, but it's nothing. Pretty much the last however many guys I've fought have been super awkward. All I know is he's same gym. It's going to be the same arena. It's going to be the same result. I'm just going to TKO, I reckon, second.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I mean, your own training partners, I mean, I always say this, like jiu-jitsu guys, whenever they're going into a comp and if they're feeling a bit nervous, I always say to them, look, just remember some of the people that you train with and look at your opponent and say, is he better than the guys I train with? And for you, I mean, this guy probably won't be. I mean, the level of guys at higher level that you're training with every day is unbelievable.
No, I'm sparring with the likes of like Stephen A, Mark Ewan, Stephen McIntosh, people like that. Like, every time I'm up there, I'm doing pads with them and all that. Like, there's just folk. The level's just different.
Yeah. And then a couple of questions coming in. Obviously, Aaron East saying it must be an amazing feeling to get back in there after the cancellations.
Oh, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It feels solidified. The last fight that was supposed to happen didn't really feel like I was fighting at all, whereas this has got like a pure, it's like that nostalgic feeling for like all the other ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, it feels completely different, so you can't really get a grip on how you're supposed to feel and all that. But everything's going really well, and I've not been this excited for any of my fights before. I don't think.
Nice. That's definitely looking forward to it. And then 10s and 10 just saying good morning. Josh Crisp saying he's getting pumped. That's what's happening. So obviously that's him talking about your opponent. Obviously your opponent's getting pumped. So
I don't think you know Josh.
So but yeah, Josh Crisp. Is Josh going to be there on Saturday?
I don't think so. He's not told me. I doubt it. He lives in England, surely.
Yeah. You'll be able to see it. I mean, the video. There'll be videos coming out after it and things like that. So, yeah. I mean, for you then, I mean, it's already been a good few years for you. So, and it's been an amazing few years. I think. What did you come in? Amateur debut was about 2018, and obviously you've been training from before that as well. So. Anybody you want to shout out then? So any kind of friends, family that you want to thank for where you are at the moment?
Well, first of all, I thank Higher Level and the boys up at Higher Level just constantly pushing each other. Well, I wouldn't be the level that I'm at without Higher Level. Like, obviously, I could train at other gyms and all that, and I'd still be very good, but I would be nowhere near as good as I am now without Higher Level. Oh, I thank my dad, my brothers, training partners, all my sponsors. You can check all them out on my Facebook or like, I think they're all on my Facebook. I want to say Instagram there, but I don't think they're on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Mum, Chris. I've got so many. I can't even. There's so many to name. There's honestly so many to name. I'd be here for an extra like 5 minutes just naming off every single person.
Listen, they know who they are. Anybody that's anybody that's part of your team, they know exactly who they are. So, but listen, absolutely buzzing for you on Saturday. I'm glad you're getting back in as well, obviously, after the cancellation, because the cancellation at Evolution of Combat 8 was last minute as well. So it would have been absolutely frustrating. Yeah, and I know that obviously the people that were there was a lot of people come out to see you as well. They wanted to see you, so they were gutted that they didn't get to see you. So obviously, glad that you've got an opponent. The opponent's not pulled out this time. We're going to get to see you on Saturday. So, and I'd say for me, first time I'm seeing you live, so I'm looking forward to it, man. I'd say another highlight reel finish, hopefully. So, listen, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Sean. I'd say I'll be there Saturday. So I'll say hello. I'll get to say hello to your dad. I know your dad was keen to get on this today. I know he had a few things to say. So, but yeah, as you know, I'll get to speak to you guys on Saturday. Nice one, brother. Listen, enjoy the rest of your training. Stay safe, and I'll see you Saturday. All right.
Thank you very much. Pleasure's mine, my man.
Take it easy, buddy.